Let's get right into it. Number 10. The language of coins. The Sidetic language is like having a phone number, but not knowing who it belongs to. Back in the 1800s, archaeologists found ancient coins in modern-day Turkey with mysterious symbols. They also discovered stone inscriptions with the same text written in both this mystery language and ancient Greek. Thanks to these bilingual inscriptions, we figured out exactly what sound each symbol makes. We can pronounce every single word perfectly, but we still have no idea what any of it means. The language comes from Side, a wealthy port city where Greek culture mixed with local traditions. These people were so proud of their unique language that they put it on their money, but they didn't leave us a dictionary. We've tried comparing it to every ancient language we know. We've run it through computers. We've had the world's best linguists analyze it. Nothing works. For all we know, we could be reading their version of live, laugh, love, or maybe just a really long list of fish prices. Number 9. The Olmec stone tablet. Road workers in Mexico stumbled upon a stone block covered in strange symbols. This was the Cascajal block, the oldest writing system ever found in the Americas. The block is covered in 62 different symbols, some looking like corn, others like insects, and some that look like nothing we've ever seen before. These symbols don't match any other ancient writing system we know about. The Olmecs, who made this thing, were the grandparents of all other Mesoamerican civilizations. They inspired the Maya and Aztecs. The symbols appear multiple times and are arranged in patterns that look like actual language, but no one can understand what they're trying to say. This tablet is about 3,000 years old. It's made of serpentinite, a type of stone that's extremely difficult to carve. What makes this truly mysterious is that this is the only example of this writing system ever found. Imagine trying to learn English with just one page from one book. That's exactly what these researchers are dealing with. Number 8. The Phantom Script of Byblos. The Byblos script is an ancient writing system that has completely stumped every expert who's tried to read it. These mysterious symbols were found on bronze tablets in Lebanon, looking like a bizarre mix of children's drawings and Egyptian hieroglyphs. But they weren't just random doodles. These symbols also appeared on ceremonial spatulas and stone monuments throughout the ancient city of Byblos. Only about a dozen artifacts with this writing have ever been found. That's like trying to understand English by only looking at 12 tweets. But what's truly strange is that this script appeared during a time when we thought we knew every writing system in the region. Byblos was the New York City of the ancient world. They traded with Egypt, Mesopotamia, and the entire Mediterranean. They had wealth, culture, and every reason to write things down. Yet they created this completely unique writing system, left only a few examples of it, then switched to the Phoenician alphabet. Number 7. The Lost Words of the Cloud People. The Zapotec people, known as the Cloud People, built massive cities high in the mountains of Mexico where clouds rolled through their streets. They left behind thousands of stone carvings filled with an unknown script. We can read their numbers and calendar markings, but everything else remains completely undecipherable. These untranslated texts might contain stories of their kings, wars, and prophecies. The most fascinating part is that hundreds of thousands of Zapotec people still live in Mexico today, speaking their ancient language. Yet even they can't read what their ancestors wrote. The stone carvings show disturbing scenes of heart extractions and warriors in elaborate headdresses. Without being able to read the accompanying text, we can only guess at their true meaning. These ancient messages remain locked away, their secrets preserved in stone, waiting for someone to finally break their code. Number 6. Easter Island's Wooden Whispers. The last person who could read Easter Island's ancient texts died in 1866. These mysterious wooden tablets, called rongo-rongo, are covered in tiny symbols of birds, fish, and distorted human figures. Only 23 of these tablets still exist today, but slavery raids and disease wiped out nearly everyone who could read them. The survivors took the secret of reading these tablets to their graves. The symbols are carved in reverse boustrophodon. You have to read the first line left to right, then turn the tablet upside down to read the next line. Imagine doing that for hundreds of lines of tiny carved symbols. Centuries of knowledge vanished. These wooden tablets are still whispering their secrets, but no one alive can understand them. Number 5. The Minoan Mystery Memo. The Minoans had a writing system called Linear A, and despite having some of the world's best code breakers working on it, we still can't read it. These tablets were written by the Minoans, a civilization so advanced they had indoor plumbing when most people were still figuring out how to make decent pottery. We found thousands of their clay tablets in ancient Crete, and here's the strange part. We found a newer version of this writing called Linear B, which we can read perfectly fine. But even with Linear B, we still can't crack Linear A because Linear B was used for Greek, while Linear A was used for the Minoan language, a language that completely vanished. Some of these tablets were accidentally preserved because of fires. When their palaces burned down, these clay tablets got baked like pottery. Researchers have thrown modern tech at it, from AI to complex algorithms, but the Minoan language remains unreadable. We can understand some symbols that show numbers and basic items like olive oil or grain, but the rest might as well be symbols from another dimension. Number 4. The ghost language of Kush. The kingdom of Kush ruled parts of Egypt and Sudan for hundreds of years. They built massive pyramids that still stand today, and they left behind thousands of texts that hold an incredible secret. We can read their language perfectly out loud, but we have no idea what any of it means. Scientists can pronounce every single word like katakeli medewete, but they don't know if they're reading sacred prayers or ancient grocery lists. Francis Griffith cracked the pronunciation in 1909 by matching Kushite spellings of Egyptian names, but that's where the breakthrough stopped. Usually when scientists decode ancient languages, they have some kind of translation guide, like the Rosetta Stone, same text in different languages, but the Kushites left behind no such help. Modern scientists have used supercomputers, artificial intelligence, and compared it to every known ancient language. And the Kushite language is still a closed book. Some scholars have spent 40-year careers studying these texts. They retired knowing exactly how every word sounds, but not what a single one means. Number 3. The Inca's knotted code. Imagine you're an Inca tax collector walking through ancient Peru. In your hands, you're holding something called a quipu, a bunch of colored strings with knots tied in them. These knots are part of a complex, three-dimensional code that we still can't fully crack today. The Inca Empire was huge, bigger than the entire Roman Empire, and they managed all of it using these knotted strings. It's like running Amazon with nothing but friendship bracelets. The Spanish thought these were just primitive counting tools. Recent studies show these things might have been storing everything from tax records to epic poems. Each quipu has a main cord with smaller strings hanging down from it. These strings come in different colors, and the knots are tied at different heights. It's an ancient Excel spreadsheet you can wear as a necklace. Scientists have figured out the number system. Different types of knots represent different numbers. But that's like saying you've cracked modern English because you can read the numbers on a page. The Spanish destroyed most of these quipus, and out of the thousands that once existed, we only have about 800 left. Number 2. The alien clay CD. Archaeologists found a 4,000-year-old clay disc covered in spiral symbols that look like they were printed. That's impossible because this thing was made around 1700 BC, way before printing was supposed to be invented. It's like finding a smartphone in a dinosaur fossil. The symbols were stamped into the clay using some kind of ancient typewriter. Each symbol was made with a separate stamp, just like typing letters on a keyboard. But we've never found these stamps or another disc like this one, and we have absolutely no idea what it says. The disc has 241 symbols arranged in a spiral, divided into groups by little lines. These aren't your usual ancient symbols. There's a Mohawk warrior, and what might be either a cat or an angry purse. We've never found these exact symbols anywhere else. It's like someone from ancient Crete invented their own emoji set, and then never used it again. Scientists have tried everything to crack this code. They've used computers, compared it to every known ancient language, and even tried reading it backward, and they all came up empty. Tests show the disc is definitely ancient. This 4,000-year-old mystery continues to outsmart modern technology. Number 1. The Voynich Nightmare. The Voynich manuscript looks like it was written by aliens having a fever dream. Book dealer Wilfred Voynich discovered this weird manuscript in 1912. It's filled with drawings of plants that don't exist on Earth, women bathing in green liquid, and star charts that don't match any known constellation. Not a single person can read it. The text follows patterns like a real language, but it's unlike anything we've ever seen. The world's best code breakers tried to crack it during World War II. These were the same people who broke the unbreakable Enigma code, but the Voynich manuscript broke them instead. The book is written so confidently, like whoever wrote it was having a normal conversation. The letters flow naturally, with no corrections, no scratch-outs. Someone sat down and wrote 240 pages in a language that doesn't exist. Scientists dated the book to the 1400s. Botanists have studied every single page. Not one of these plants exists in nature, but they're drawn with scientific precision. Roots, leaves, flowers, all perfectly detailed. The manuscript shows signs of heavy use, dog-eared pages, worn corners, chemical stains. Someone used this book extensively. They knew exactly what it said, what those plants were for, why those women were bathing in green liquid, and they never told anyone. That knowledge died with them, leaving us with what might be the world's most elaborate puzzle, or something much darker. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.